Hello everyone, DeckTrolls here. So today I have for you guys my Harpie deck. Now I was waiting until the new support came out because I was hoping it was going to be really good. I was actually very dissatisfied. I did only change one card, but yeah, not worth the wait. I would have posted this a lot sooner because honestly this deck is so fun to use. But yeah, I only switched one card out. So let's get into this. You got 3 Harpie Queen. You can discard this card to the graveyard, add 1 Harpie's Hunting Ground from your deck to your hand. This card's name becomes Harpie Lady while it is on the field or in the graveyard. You got 3 Harpie Channeler. You can discard 1 Harpie card, special summon 1 Harpie monster from your deck in face-up defense position, except Harpie Channeler. You can only use this effect of Harpie Channeler once per turn. While you control a dragon-type monster, this card's level becomes 7. If this card's name... this card's name becomes level... This card's name becomes Harpie Lady while it is on the field or in the graveyard. Got 2 Harpie's Pet Dragon. This card gains 300 attack and defense for each Harpie Lady on the field. Got 3 Harpie Harpist. This card's name becomes Harpie Lady while it is on the field or in the graveyard. You can only use each of the effects of Harpie Harpist once per turn. When this card is normal summoned, you can target 1 winged beast type monster from your you control other than this card and 1 face-up monster your opponent controls, return them to the hand. During the end phase, if this card is in the graveyard because it was sent there this turn, you can add 1 level 4 winged beast type monster with 1500 or less attack from your deck to your hand. And the one card that I switched out was Harpie Dancer for Harpie Oracle. This card's name becomes Harpie Lady while on the field or in the graveyard. You can only use each effect of Harpie Oracle once per turn. If you control a level 5 or higher Harpie monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can add 1 spell or trap card from your graveyard to your hand that specifically lists the card Harpie Lady Sisters in its text during the end phase of this turn. Got 1 Cyber Harpie Lady. It's always treated as Harpie Lady. And 1 Harpie Lady 1. This card's name is treated as Harpie Lady as long as this card is on the field. Increase the attack of all wind monsters by 300 points. That's it for the Harpie Ladies. Now we got 1 Speedroid Menko. When an opponent's monster declares a direct attack while this card is in your hand, you can special summon it in attack position, and if you do, change all face-up monsters your opponent controls to defense position. And you got 3 Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit. During either player's turn, when a monster on the field activates its effect, or when a spell or trap card is already face-up on the field and activates its effect, you can send this card from your hand to the field to the graveyard, destroy that target on the field. You can only use the effect of Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit once per turn. Got 1 Summoner Monk. While this card is face up on the field, it cannot be tributed. If this card is normal summoned or flip summoned, you can change this card to defense position. Once per turn, you can discard 1 spell card, special summon 1 level 4 monster from your deck, but that monster cannot attack this turn. Lastly, for the monsters, we got 2 Santa Claus. You can special summon this card from your hand to your opponent's side of the field by tributing in defense position, by tributing 1 monster they control. If summoned this way during the end phase of this turn, you can draw 1 card. Alright, now for the spells, we got 3 Harpie's Hunting Ground. When Harpie Lady or Harpie Lady Sisters is normal summon or special summon from to the field, destroy one spell or trap card on the field. Increase the attack of all face-up winged beast type monsters on the field by 200 points. Got one Elegant Egotist. If Harpie Lady is on the field, special summon one Harpie Lady or Harpie Lady Sisters from your hand or deck. Got 3 Hysteric Sign. When this card is activated, add one Elegant Egotist from your deck to your grave or your graveyard to your hand. During the end phase of this turn, this card was sent from the field or hand to the graveyard. Add up to 3 Harpie cards with different names from your deck to your hand. You can only add one Hysteric Sign effect. Only activate one Hysteric Sign effect per turn, and only once that turn. You got one Harpie Lady Phoenix formation. If you control 3 or more Harpie Lady and or Harpie Lady Sisters, target as many monsters your opponent controls as possible, but not more than the total number of Harpie Lady and Harpie Lady Sisters you control. Destroy those targets, and if you do, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the highest original attack among those destroyed monsters, your choice, if tied. You cannot special summon monsters from the main deck or extra deck, nor conduct your battle phase during the turn that you activate this card. You got 2 Swallow's Nest. Quick play spell. Tribute one face-up winged beast type monster. Special summon one winged beast type monster from your deck with the same level the tributed monster had on the field. You got 2 Mass Change 2. Discard one card, then target one face-up monster you control that has a level. Send it to the graveyard. Also, after that, if it left the field by this effect, special summon from your extra deck one masked hero monster with the same attribute but a higher level than the attribute and level the monster had when it was on the field. Its original attribute and level, if face down. It's some weird text. This special summon is treated as a special summon with mass change. You can only activate one mass change per turn. Alright, that's it for the spells. Now for the traps, we got 2 Hysteric Party. Activate this card by discarding one card. Special summon as many Harpie Lady as possible from your graveyard. When this face-up card leaves the field, destroy those monsters. Got 3 Harpie Featherstorm. If you control a wind winged beast type monster until the end of this turn, negate any monster effects your opponent activates. If you control a Harpie monster, you can activate this card from your hand. If this card is in its owner's spell and trap zone is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, you can add one Harpie's Feather Duster from your deck or graveyard to your hand. I really wish that second effect was relevant. However, Harpie's Feather Duster is still banned, so it's not. So, oh well. And lastly, we got 2 Icarus Attack. Tribute one winged beast type monster, then target 2 cards on the field, destroy them. Alright, now for the extra deck, we got 2 Harpie's Pet Phantasmal Dragon. Requires 3 level 4 winged beast type monsters. When this card's effect can only be applied or resolved while it has Xyz material. This card can attack your opponent directly. Your opponent cannot target any Harpie monsters with effects or attacks. During each of your end phases, detach one material from this card. You got 1 Raid Raptor Blade Burner Falcon. Requires 2 level 4 winged beast type monsters. If this card is Xyz summoned, you can, and your opponent's life points is at least 3,000 higher than yours, you can make this card gain 3,000 attack. When this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can detach any number of Xyz materials from this card, destroy exactly that number of monsters your opponent controls. You got 1 Lightning Chidori. Requires 2 level 4 wind monsters. If this card is Xyz summoned, you can target one set card your opponent controls, return that target to the bottom of the deck. Once per turn, you can detach one material from this card, then target one face-up card your opponent controls, return that target to the top of the deck. Got one Ice Beast Zero Fane. Requires 2 level 4 Winged Beast type monsters. Once per turn, you can detach one material from this card, negate the effects of all face-up cards your opponent currently controls, and if you do, this card gains 300 attack for each face-up card currently on the field, except this card. These effects are applied until your next standby phase. You got one Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragon. Requires 2 level 4 monsters. You can detach 2 materials from this card, then target one face-up monster your opponent controls. Its attack becomes half its current attack, and if it does, this card gains that lost attack. You got 2 Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon. Requires 2 level 7 monsters. Cannot be destroyed by a battle or card effects while it has Xyz materials. While this card has Xyz materials, each time your opponent activates a card or effect, inflict 500 points of damage to your opponent immediately after it resolves. Once per turn, during either player's turn, you can detach one material from this card, then target one Red Eyes normal monster in your graveyard and special summon it. You got one number 28 Titanic Moth. Requires 2 level 7 monsters. If you control no other monsters, this card can attack your opponent directly, but when it does, using this effect, the battle damage inflicted to your opponent is halved. When this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you can detach one material from this card, inflict 500 points of damage to your opponent for each card in their hand. You got one Mass Hero Blast. Must be special summoned with Mass Change and cannot be special summoned by other ways. If this card is special summoned, you can target one face-up monster your opponent controls. Its attack becomes half its current attack. Once per turn, during either player's turn, you can pay 500 life points, then target one spell or trap card your opponent controls, return that target to the hand. You got 2 Mass Hero Divine Wind. There must be special summoned with Mass Change and cannot be special summoned by other ways. Cannot be destroyed by battle. Your opponent can attack with only one monster during each battle phase. When this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you can draw one card. You have one Mask Hero Darklaw. Must be special summoned with Mass Change and cannot be special summoned by other ways. Any card sent to your opponent's graveyard is banished instead. Once per turn, if your opponent adds a card or cards from their deck to their hand, except during the draw phase or the damage step, you can banish one random card from your opponent's hand. And lastly, one Mass Hero Koga. Must be special summoned with Mass Change and cannot be special summoned by other ways. This card gains 500 attack for each monster your opponent controls. Once per turn, during either player's turn, you can banish one hero monster from your graveyard, then target one face-up monster on the field. That target loses attack equal to the attack of the monster banished to activate this effect. Alright guys, that is my Harpie deck. So, tell me what you think. What did you like? What did you dislike? What would you do to improve it? Yeah, please comment below. I like when you guys comment. And remember, I have 100+ budget-friendly decks, so please make sure to like and subscribe because there's going to be a lot of fun content coming your way. And most importantly, have fun.